fun. All right, episode 2 of Washington's Worst with Grunsky, your host, and co-host Redbeard and Artie.
How goes it?
Let's talk about the new Xbox and the unavailability.
The unavailability of Call of Duty. And servers and the unavailability of getting an Xbox.
Yeah. I think Beard is the only one that has the new console. So what do you think so far?
So I've noticed that after playing some games for a little over a week now, that some games that are quote unquote optimized for Series X are not really optimized. So they're pushing the new graphics, but they haven't like unlocked the frame rate or optimized it in a way that it can run what it's supposed to without crashing. And that seems to be pretty much exclusively to third party. But if I load up, Gears 5 or, Forza or something like that, like there's zero problems. But as soon as I load up Call of Duty or this roller coaster game that I play with my daughter, then it's just crash or has issues. Arc actually surprisingly seems to be doing really, really well considering how buggy that game used to be. But that's actually one game that's actually been running extremely smooth. I think it runs at like 4K 60 frames.
I'm just more pissed off about the fact that I got one in my fucking shopping cart on Friday when Walmart just stocked up, and within a minute or two, the site was totally unresponsive. Couldn't even check out. And then by the time I got to the checkout screen, it was...
Yeah, we're like in our, 4.5 console generation now, and somehow these retailers still haven't managed to optimize their servers and their websites to handle pre-orders. Like it was that way with the Xbox One X, and it's now that way with Series X and the PS5. And like the PS5 is even worse because the PS5s, like Sony's just straight up not selling them at retail stores in person. Like they're not going to do it for the whole COVID thing. Series, the Series X, you can go in and get them in when they have them in stock. I mean, that's what I did. I went out at 4 a.m. and camped the GameStop and in the snow so I could get a Series X.
Yeah, I was talking with my dad last night, and we were talking about the new consoles, and he asked me if it was really important if I got a new console, if I really need it, and was gonna risk getting COVID. I was like, yeah, I'll risk it.
Perfect. Dude, I'm still on the fence. I'd like to have one, I would, but I'm still on the fence of getting a gaming laptop. For one, it fits my lifestyle, and then two, I can find one. And aren't the consoles having some problems right now? Granted, or I could wait 3 months and there'll be loads of them. They'll have most of the bugs fixed.
Yep, probably. Yeah, they'll be fixed.
Yeah. So, I don't know at what point. I mean, granted, it's $500 versus 15 to 200 or 2,000. So I get it for a laptop compared to a console or even a PC, straight up PC. But at what point do people just start to transition away from them with all the problems, you know.
It's
spinning.
well,
I mean, that $1,000 is what's making a big difference, though. That big $1,000 difference.
yeah. So I'm on Google right now, looking up the gaming laptops that are out there. 1,300, 1,500, 1,700. It just goes up and up and up.
Sure, yeah.
The
Well, yeah. I mean, it depends on if you're trying to get like top of the line stuff. I mean, especially if you're trying to go the way of like Intel and Nvidia, yeah, you're going to pay a pretty penny. But
Mhm.
AMD systems generally run cheaper, and with their last generation, and especially this generation, if you can snag up, a Ryzen 5000, CPU and a Ryzen 6000 GPU, then you're pretty much set, and you're going to spend probably $1,000 less than if you got the same specs through NVIDIA and Intel.
Right, and have a good machine that'll do everything that these consoles will, and with everything being cross-compatible, I don't know. It's just a tough one for me.
I know people always like, Xbox doesn't really have exclusives because they're on the PC. I was like, well, it's Microsoft, so they're not going to keep themselves from having their games. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that?
Right.
Yeah.
One question I do have about that is, and there's probably some other people who would like to know, like, can I transfer over I should be able to, my Xbox information, like my gamer tag, I can bring that with me because it's all Microsoft. So,
Yep.
I mean, I'm not really losing anything. I'm kind of attached to my gamer tag. I've been using it for years and years.
I've been using mine since 2004, I think.
Yeah, I use it wherever I can. I mean,
And it was cool because I installed the Master Chief games. Oh, I think we lost them.
no, he keeps popping in out.
So I installed that on my PC, and all my saves transferred over. It was pretty awesome. I could play on my PC and have all that still saved.
Sweet.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've been advertising for years about the, play anywhere. If you start your game up you're playing, Destiny 2, and you just finished a quest, you can literally just turn off your Xbox, go to your PC, turn it off, and boom, you start off exactly where you left off at. Especially if you're playing through Xbox's game bar, that gives you an extra bit of, set of features and accessibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just whether or not I want to spend that extra $1,000. But also, I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
But it's cool they're making it that easy, though, that you can transition back and forth. I think a lot of people are like that.
Well, and the thing that I would prefer to spend $1,000 on is get a new Xbox. That's about $500. Get a new PlayStation. That's about $400 if you get the slim version without the drive. So you get 2 consoles, and then you get console exclusives. I was really pissed off they did not have new what game? The Master Chief Halo 6, I think they're up to.
Mm-hmm.
They pushed that out like another year, I think. I don't know. I was really pissed off about their launch video. I thought it looked like shit.
Well, it is what it is. We'll see what they come up with. I do know that I'm really disappointed with the new Call of Duty as far as its online playability. So, granted, I'm on hotel internet when I'm playing, 75% of the time right now, but still, even when I am online and you guys have good internet, you guys are always struggling with issues, and servers kicking you. They have never figured out their game chat. Even in Modern Warfare, their game chat sucks.
It's not as bad this time around with the cross console play.
Yeah, and actually, when you're in game, it gets better than when you're in the lobby, but it's still pretty crappy. I mean, I expect more from Activision, who's been doing it for. This isn't their first Call of Duty. This isn't their first experience with online gaming. There's no reason that we should be having these kind of issues. It's 2020. The technology's there. The infrastructure's there. There's just no reason for it. I expect to have certain issues because, like connectivity issues, because my internet's slow here at a hotel. But when you guys are at home playing on fiber, on decent networks, and you guys are screaming at the TV because you can't, you're having lag, you're having audio issues, you can't hear me, I can't hear you, you're breaking up, I'm breaking up, this and that. You two are breaking up, you can't hear each other. It's one thing if you can't hear me, but when you can't hear each other, it's like.
Especially when you spend, I think I spent on the more expensive side.
Yeah, about not the deluxe, but the next one up, the middle of the road. And yeah, I mean, I want some good stuff. I want some good content here. Like on Superbad. If I'm paying for a porn subscription, I want some some content. I want some music. God damn it, I don't know.
I
The
think that
campaign's
if
pretty
Call
good,
of
but even
Duty
the
and Activision would stop trying to rush out a Call of Duty every year,
Yeah.
instead, take some time and
polish
spend
it.
2 years on one, it'd probably go better. Wouldn't
Yeah.
be nearly as many bugs in the beginning.
Yeah, it would be much better, but they're not going to because it's like iPhones. They kick one out every year just so they can make that buck. And
Yeah.
the sad thing is we're all dumb enough. I mean, I bought it, you bought it, Redbeard bought it, everybody bought it, right? So we're all dumb enough to play the game, even though we know it's going to be garbage. And we just kind of hang out and hope it gets better. But it is what it is.
Just like every iPhone user.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I use an Android. Even though they have their problems too.
I know it's the same fucking phone as last year. I don't care. It has an extra number.
I want it. Yeah, I don't know. I think people just in general are kind of stupid and we're falling for all the stupid gimmicks.
So, have you two played through the campaign yet?
No, I'm like 4% through it.
So, I'm not sure if you saw my rant on Facebook yet, but there's a side quest that you have to solve a math puzzle for.
Mhm.
My wife solved it with the help of my brother in under a minute. But for Christ's sake, why the fuck would they stick a math equation in Call of Duty? It pisses me off. I don't want to do math. No matter how easy it is, I just want to kill people. It's bullshit.
Fucking Call of Duty. I don't want to do math. I want to kill. Don't put a math problem a fifth grade kid would get assigned and expect me to solve it whilst being a handful of drinks in on the weekend. That's funny.
Exactly. Why the fuck would you stick that in there?
Like, honestly, I feel the same way about the new Star Wars game, Fallen Order. Like, I was expecting it to be like an open world
Don't even
Star
get me
Wars.
started on that bullshit.
And I was like, oh, this is gonna be an open world Star Wars. This is gonna be really cool. And then it's just like, this is fucking Tomb Raider, but with lightsabers.
Yeah, you have to go through extra fucking hoops for that new Star Wars game. It is insane.
Huh.
It's fun. Don't get me wrong, but I spent probably 3-4 hours on YouTube just trying to solve half of those fucking puzzles. And I'm not the only one. Like,
so are they different in every game? They can't just be a cheat sheet on the internet that on a website?
So in Call of Duty, that math equation thing, that changes every time you play the game.
Okay.
In Star Wars, though, it's all the same. But yeah, the shit in Call of Duty was bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, and Star Wars is basically just
a series of puzzles based on the last force upgrade that you got.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, fuck it. I'm not doing either one of them.
I mean, they're still fun, but
Like if you
What
want a
about
real
you,
good
Al?
puzzle game, play Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider or Shadow of the Tomb Raider are amazing games if you like puzzles and secrets and shit like that. But those games are perfect built for that.
Right, I don't play Call of Duty because I want a math lesson or use my brain. I just want to shoot things. I want to throw grenades and flashbangs and C4 and blow stuff up. That's like, it's a mindless game. It's run around and kill things. Whether I'm in the campaign and there's some strategy there, ducking and hiding, that's fine. But I don't want to have to solve a puzzle. If I want to do that, I'll play Skyrim, play Tomb Raider. Yeah, not Call of Duty.
I have yet to play Skyrim or Fallout.
You're a horrible.
Yeah, Skyrim's worth the play. Tons of gameplay, great value there. Fallout 76 is pretty fun. I've played a very little bit of it, but there's a lot to it. You could really spend days and days and days and waste a lot of life playing it. Same with Skyrim. They're a lot of fun though.
Yeah, they are really, really great, especially if you beat it through and then go back and play it again with mods. Oh man. I could show you some pictures of the girls that I've created with Skyrim. Oh my.
Yeah, Nick, this is a family channel. Watch your fucking language.
Last time I checked, I'm a Washington worst, sir.
You are that. Speaking of worst, I played zombies with Grunsky here and his brother.
Bad.
It was I'd never been down so much. I'm decent at zombies. You've played with me. I'm okay. I was trying to babysit them and I kept getting downed. And then our fourth though was horrible. I mean, good zombie killer, bad team player. Like no help.
Oh, she was horrible.
Yeah, I don't know who they were, but they sucked. I could have been better, but it's hard to when you get late rounds, round 14 without a fourth picking you up, and then two noobs they're trying to learn. So you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. But when they're slightly off kilter and don't know what they're doing, it's tough.
Off kilter. Thanks for being so kind.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say the R word because that's not right. That's not PC,
But retarded.
Yeah, no, it's retard.
Retard. Sorry.
What a great movie Hangover was.
I stand correctly, or corrected correctly.
I don't know what it is. These headphones are making my ears hurt.
What kind are they?
They're Turtle Beaches, Elite 800Xs, man. I mean, you really can't get much nicer. And I think it's because my head's so damn big. That probably will help a little bit. I got a big melon though.
I had a call from my wife I had to take.
Listen, you got to get your priorities straight.
I know, right?
He's over there blowing some fucking trucker.
Well, I mean, I'd hang up on us for that too. So.
Oh,
$20 is $20.
Well, especially if he's packing.
So after this, are we gonna play some Call of Duty since you're trashing it so hard?
Well, I got done with my husbandly duties. Roast is gonna be done here in about an hour or so. After that, though, yeah.
I'm tired of being just pushed aside like some cheap floozy who doesn't mean anything to anybody.
But to kill or what?
Like what?
Like to kill or I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, you guys are just picking, your wife's over playing with me and your food over playing with me, and I need to be treated. I'm a lady, damn it, and I deserve better.
I completely misinterpreted that. I thought you meant like some cheap floozy you can dump on the side of the road.
Well, I am, but that's in a different matter.
Speaking of tonight, I'm hoping that yesterday I had such bad problems with as soon as I finished a match, the whole fucking game would freeze. And I'd have to close out or restart the console and then go back into it and then play a match And if I play zombies, I can't even load into them. That shit freezes.
Hmm.
So
I'll have to try
hopefully
that and
it's not
see.
that bad today. But I played 5 other games just to make sure that it wasn't the console. And they didn't have a single problem with any other game.
Hmm.
Only fucking, Cold War.
I've had my console crash, I think, 2 or 3 times. Just with this game, it's
Just bad
Yeah.
development.
I mean, I've had servers drop me and I've lost connection, but I blame where I'm at for that. As far as my console, been good. Now one thing I did notice is on the campaign, the cutscenes are really laggy. They're horrible. I've been
Yep.
skipping some of them just because they're like,
it's like you're
that's my impression of Grensky doing having a big one.
Yeah, see, that's actually the one part that I actually have zero issues with in my Call of Duty, is the campaign. Like it's flawless
because
and it
they
looks
designed it.
amazing, and the sound is high quality. But when it
Yeah.
comes to playing multiplayer or anything else, it's just complete garbage.
Interesting.
They designed this game for the new gen consoles. If you're on a fucking older console, especially, so I think a year ago I got the new Xbox Series X. It's still late on there.
Oh, the One X, yeah.
There's no excuse for it, especially when you paid $90 for the fucking game. You would think they would have this shit sorted out.
You would think, but not gonna hold my breath. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to get one. I do. I'm an Xbox guy. I do. It just doesn't fit my fucking lifestyle right now. I could leave. I'd still probably leave it at home and bring my old Xbox with me when I travel.
Yeah. You can get one of those game box things I sent you, where you basically just load your fucking console into the suitcase and it's got a screen attached to it.
Yeah, that'd be sick. They want like $700 for those though. They ain't cheap.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. But it's got the screen and the whole. Yeah, it's got the screen and everything though included, which is really nice.
Yeah, and it does have like built-in additional USB ports and
Sure.
auxiliary ports and shit like that. So.
Yeah, but like, so I drive to my work right now. I drive here and I stay for 10 days in a hotel. So I load my Xbox up into a hard shell case and pack everything nice and tight, put it in the trunk. But I have a computer screen I bring with me because the hotel TV sucks, and I play on that, and it doesn't seem to be too bad. But if I start flying again to other countries, I don't want to lug around that big old case through an airport or check it, and God forbid something happens to it when they're loading it or something stupid like that.
Well, that, and then you got the weird. What am I trying to say? The power.
That's the size of your dick.
Yeah. About when it's cold outside. Sorry, shit happens.
Oh,
No,
have you guys ever messed?
They like have like a overseas, like in I think France and shit. They have like the
like the internet cafes kind of deal.
No, it's the power outlet. They like a different power.
Yeah, they got a 2-prong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're round poles instead of the flat blades like we have. They make adapters for that though. That's easy.
Yeah. You know what though? I don't know if you guys have ever messed around with the xCloud, but
Cloud.
Yeah, sounds like if you have site.
No, so like the xCloud is like the mobile part of Xbox that they've rolled out in the last 6 months or so.
Right.
Basically, you download the Xbox app, and you can click on any of the games that are in Game Pass, and you can stream them and play them, even though you don't have them downloaded at home. And then any games that you own that have been ported over to xCloud, you can also game with.
Oh, that looks pretty badass. It's beta though. You guys still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Lost Redbeard, but is that really that big of a deal?
I mean, yeah, this signal's kind of spotty through here. Sorry.
Good.
But yeah, playing.
I hope. Go ahead.
I was saying that the XCloud. I mean, it's kind of nice to be able to game mobilely. You know, so Destiny 2 is basically what I play on XCloud when I'm out and about. If you have a decent phone and a decent internet signal, or you're on a decent Wi-Fi signal, it's not bad. It's not going to be like playing on your console at home, but it is playable. It's like playing an Android mobile game.
Well, my Pro controller's Bluetooth, so I'd be able to hook up my phone to that. That'd be sick.
Exactly. Yeah,
Do you guys?
especially if you have
Do you
a
guys?
tablet.
Yeah. Do you guys have? Do you have a Pro controller, Krinsky?
I do. It's starting to come apart at the
Really?
seams, but
Is it a Gen 1 or 2?
Gen 1.
Okay. I got a Gen 2, and dude, they're spendy, but
I like them though,
they're-
like especially with the paddles on the bottom.
yeah, and I like the trigger adjustments.
Yeah,
That short little throw, that's the shit, dude. And then you can, the people who don't have one and are curious, you know, you can change out your D-pad. It comes with a different style, and then your thumbsticks are replaceable and they have different styles. And then, don't know what I'm doing. You can change the tension so that they're stiffer or looser, which is really cool. And my favorite part is probably the different profiles you can do. You know, if I were to turn it on, that's my Call of Duty profile, which actually messes with the sensitivity of the sticks too. That one's for like racing games. No lights is just base controller, and that's my Apex settings. So that changes how my paddles are mapped for each different game, which I really like, because then you don't have to relearn how to play a game. It's just all right there. And I dig it. I do have one problem with this thing though that screws me up. Sometimes it will disconnect. It'll have a bad day. It'll be right in the middle of the game, and it'll disconnect from my Xbox like 5 times. And I gotta plug it in with the USB and let it sit and play through it for a little while, and then it'll be okay for a couple days. And I don't know if it's a firmware issue that has to be updated, but I've checked it several times and there isn't one. So just think the gaming gods hate me. Oh, that's sick.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one from Razer, right? That attachment. Pretty
That's
sure
cool.
it is.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
See, that just looks like a switch. They need to get the switch up to speed, and they're working on it with some stuff. But you know, if they made Call of Duty on Switch, they'd blow up. They'd make so much money. Because I have a Switch, I would play it a lot more. But the games that they're offering, I like, you know, Mario Kart. That's fun. It does have like The Witcher and Skyrim and all that. But I'm a shooter guy, and besides Fortnite, and there's a few others, but none of them that are like COD. And Apex isn't on it yet, but supposed to be soon. So they need to switch. Nintendo needs to get. They're working on it, but they need to get there.
Yeah. Well, in order to play those type of shooter games on the Switch, you kind of have to buy their Pro controller as well, because the Joy-Con, speaking from, you know, I also had this one. When it comes to like
they're not
shooter
nearly as
or
good.
anything, they're garbage. Like the joysticks just have terrible response time. There's so much latency, and
my girlfriend has a Pro controller.
Yeah,
my girlfriend has a Pro controller. They're nice.
Yeah, they're essentially an Xbox controller.
Well, yeah. See, these controllers will. You can buy an adapter that actually goes on the Switch on its dock, and you're supposed to be able to link these. I've done it corded. You can cord them and play with them through the Xbox controllers, through like these ones.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I haven't got the adapter to do it wirelessly to work yet. They're kind of a cheap little $15 deal, so it's kind of. And there's an update you have to do that's kind of hard to manage. And I'm just not that smart currently, but you can do it.
No,
yeah.
But
I totally.
so what's the difference between the Series X and the Series S? Is that the upgraded version of the old school Xbox One?
So the Series S runs at up to 1440p, up to 120 frames per second. So it's kind of weird. It only has 4 teraflops, but I guess the way that it utilizes the RAM
You're
and
breaking up so bad, dude. You sound like a robot.
I know I'm back here. So the way that it uses like the GPU and the CPU in it, because it's all modern day, AMD, it
Redbeard?
just runs a lot smoother. Man, fuck's sakes.
Yeah, I didn't catch
Yeah.
any of that.
And I think that one has a disk drive also, and one doesn't. But I could be wrong on that. Yeah, disk free.
So the S is the tiny guy and the X. Okay.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I will for sure get the more expensive Xbox, but
Oh,
I
okay.
also know that
Yeah, I mean, I would get the X, the Series X. I want the big one.
I also want to get the PlayStation also. I will not get the disc drive for that and just go cheap. Because
You want the what?
The new PlayStation 5 without the drive on it. They like have like the same option where you can get the disc drive or without it.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it a lot clearer?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I was saying on the Series S is that it only has 4 teraflops of power, so it's got the same CPU in it as the Series X, but the graphical side of it is toned down. So basically, it runs at up to 1440p or up to 120 frames per second. Most of the games that I've seen that are running on it are usually 1080p 60 or 1080p 120 frames per second. And then there's like one that'll do like 1440 at 30 frames per second. So it's really meant for people who are still on like older TVs. If you're on a 1080p TV or a 1440p TV,
Right. If you got a 4K,
but you
you
still
want the
want
Series X.
but you still want that 120 frames, like latency free, like for Call of Duty. Basically, if you just play Call of Duty and Fortnite, the Series S is a good way to save $300. Especially since it really only has enough memory for probably 6 or 7 games, because it's only got 500 gigs versus a terabyte.
Yeah. I mean, I have a 4 terabyte hard drive, so I'm not really worried about memory. I'm just going to plug that in anyway.
Storage, please. There's a difference.
Well, the thing is, though, about the new ones is that if you want to run the optimized games, it has to be on the internal or the proprietary external.
Oh.
Because otherwise you're not getting the upgrades. You're not getting the higher frame rates, and you're not getting the higher assets, graphical assets.
It's got an Xbox logo. It must be proprietary. So
you wish.
I hate to be a stickler, but storage versus memory is a completely different thing.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like clips and megs.
yeah, okay, Mike.
Like a storage, you're talking about like SSDs or HDDs, and for memory, you're talking about VRAM or those
Nobody cares what you're saying.
All right, we are about to run out of Zoom meeting recording.
Oh, that's good.
So,
I'm tired of complaining.
Yeah, I'm tired
Always.
of doing too.
I get that a lot.
So yeah, I will actually upload this to YouTube along with her first episode.
Oh, I see. I was wondering where the first one was.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't even just upload that one because
it was shit.
Yeah, we could just not upload that one and just say it's lost in the.
Okay. We will see each other next week, and yeah, hopefully Call of Duty sorts her shit out.
On another note, for those of you who would like to play some Call of Duty with us sometime, my
Oh,
gamer tag is Sparty681. So capital S, and I'm usually playing with one of these idiots.
I am Grumpy001.
So if you guys are interested, hit us up. We're really bad and we cuss a lot and we say very bad things, but it's a lot of fun. So
Non-PC players only. Like correct types.
we're not prejudiced when it comes to consoles or PC, but we are prejudiced when it comes to politically correctness.
Yes.
All right, you guys have a great night, and all of you out there, take care, huh?
Yeah.
See ya.